time I'm out, I'm flat on my back. I'm waffle boarding, baby, just to keep you at bay. I'm on my knees, I'm butterflying, please. I've had more shots on goal than I, but somehow I'm still hoping for a tie. You're way offside and I'm begging the ref to give you a penalty or sudden death. You're screening my goalie, but the play goes on. You're like cherry picking what suit to don. You got me up against the boards. You're playing dirty like I play these chords. The rink was resurfaced by the Zamboni, but you don't know a clean white from a slice of bologna. I'm waffle boarding, baby, just to keep you at bay. I'm on my knees, I'm butterflying, please. Feel like a leaf dried up in the drought. Put me out of misery with a shootout. This game is going into overtime. Your high sticking ought to be a crime. Just wait till I get my power play. I want a two-man advantage and a breakaway. Or even better, I'll get a short-handed goal while my side is weak. Fake a left, then a right, then a triple deke. Surprise you from behind with a wrap around and score backhanded on my rebound. I'm waffle boarding, baby, just to keep you at bay. I'm on my knees, I'm butterflying, please. I never knew a die-hard Canuck could be hard-hearted as a hockey puck. Be hard-hearted as a hockey puck. Thank you! That's a song called Waffle Boarding, which I should have called Hockey Puck, because nobody knows what waffle boarding is. Google it. That's how I found it. Hey, RJ, RP. I'm going to do a new tune that I wrote for Bruce and Deb Bergman. And it's a brand new song. I just played it at the 202 on Saturday as a fundraiser for the Kidney Walk. Got to play with Paul Bergman. And so this is the second time it has reached the Yukon public. I'm glad to do it here at Arts in the Park. Everybody loves my golden boy. He is the light of many lives. When he laughs, we feel his joy. We can't stand it when he cries. Whoa, 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 please let me be. Whoa, 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 please let me be the last to say goodbye. Everybody loves my golden boy. He is the light of many lives. When they tell me how he brings them joy, I can't help but cry. Whoa, 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 please let me be. Whoa, 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 please let me be the last to say goodbye. Ba 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 ba, ya da 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 da, you da 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 da, you da 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 da. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I never knew if he was looking for trouble or if trouble followed him around. But he found it and it found him. He never swerved around it. Steering through hardship, head first and heart strong, never backing down. Good times and bad times, always abounding, no matter right or wrong. I never knew him like I should. Don't know where he went, but it ain't good. Mother, father, sister, brother, lots of love around. But he ran farther than the mountains, always freedom bound. I never knew him like I should. Don't know where he went, but it ain't good. One day he'll be knocking at my door. One day he'll let us know for sure. I never knew him like I should. Don't know where he went, but it ain't good. One day he'll be knocking at my door. One day he'll let us know for sure. One day he'll let us know for sure. Thank you. It's a little song for another friend we lost last year named Jason Beneke. And next, we will play another little song. Do I have time for two there, Jen? Yeah, that's what I thought. So last year, I got to be part of this songwriters panel for Arts in the Park, and it was raining pretty heavily, so we were under that tent, I remember. It was me and Natalie Edelson and Patrick Doherty and Kate Weeks. The four of us? Yeah. Anyway, they set us up with different seniors in the seniors lodges in town, and I got paired with Goody Sparling, so we got to write songs about, people and learn their story and write a song about it. It's really hard to write a song about someone's life when they've lived 90 years or so. There's a lot there, so you have to pick one thing and go with it. And Goody told me this story of, she was born in 1926 in Whitehorse, and her parents had the Regina Hotel, John Erickson. And her son is Joe Sparling, who owns Air North. Anyway, so she grew up throughout the war. So in the 40s, when the war happened, she was, a teenager, and she remembers practicing the piano in the front of the hotel window, and the town was overrun with like thousands of soldiers, and there was these guys tapping on the glass, and her mom ran out and said, "What do you want?" And he said, "We want the girl." So I kind of took that as my angle into a song about her life, and so this is called Girl in the Window. It's about Goody Sparling, who also passed last year. There once was an old hotel built in the days of the gold rush. The lobby was always abuzz with people escaping cold and snow. A pot-bellied stove with a roaring fire, a welcome respite from the muck and the mire. Overstuffed armchairs and fresh-baked bread, a soft feathered pillow to rest your head. And in the front window, a beautiful girl, a vision in pink, ribbons and pearls, playing the piano. The 40s brought the war brought the soldiers. This little town was drowning in lonely hearts of hard-working men. One night at the hotel, they rapped on the window. Her mother ran out saying, "What do you want now?" 4 young soldiers had lost their bearing, stopped in their tracks, they stood there staring. We want the girl in the window, that beautiful girl, a vision in pink, ribbons and pearls, playing the piano. Oh, what a treat for weary eyes. She is so sweet, it would be nice just to meet her. She looks like a dream come true. Many men dreamed of taking her hand. They brought her gifts from across the land. Riverboat rides, great big fresh oranges. They wired up her cabin with electric lights. That was a big deal in the 40s here. In Carcross, the one-room schoolhouse that she was teaching at. When finally one came along who could woo her, she gave back the ring to her other suitor. Away she went to see the world, that vision in pink, ribbons and pearls. And when she was widowed, she came back to the hotel and sat in the window, playing the piano, playing the piano, playing the piano. Thank you. A song for Goody Sparling. Sunglasses on now, if you don't mind. Usually, my clown training has told me that you never cover your eyes when you're on stage, but you guys will forgive me today. They're yellow, so you can sort of still see the windows to my soul. The sun's in your guys' eyes anyway, so you can't see anything. I could be naked or doing this. I'm not playing the guitar at all. No. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do one more song, and then Geneviève Doyon is going to get up and tell you about the sponsors of this wonderful community event that we get to have all summer. But first I'm going to play a little song called Cabin Party, which is about the dead of winter when you get the cabin fever and you want to have a cabin party. And I wrote this a couple months ago at the Banff Center for the Arts, and they put you up in these little huts. You get a little studio that's about this big, and you're supposed to write songs in there. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun to have a party in here? And it would be like a Marx Brothers stateroom scene, like from Night at the Opera. Anyway, Google that if you haven't seen it. That's what this party will look like. Oh, and Augie, did you want to get up and dance for this one? This is the cabin party one. You said you wanted to dance for this one. He's under the bucket now. You'll have to dance later. It's your last chance to dance. Not your last, just halfway through chance to dance. It's your halfway through chance to dance. I've got some white wine chilling in the snow next to my cabin. I've got a hot pot boiling on the stove for when you come by. I've got some tiny little lights that I put all around. I'm setting the mood for when you come on down. You won't see me sipping tea in the window tonight. I'm gonna shovel the trail all the way up to my cabin. I'm gonna chop all the wood, it'll make me feel good and spry. I'm gonna light a little fire in the pit outside. I'll bake you some biscuits and a blueberry pie. You won't catch us playing cards or Scrabble tonight. I'm having a cabin party, we're having a cabin party, we're having a cabin party, and it's gonna be tight, 'cause my cabin's really small. Ooh, let's get it started. This cabin party, yeah. The winter's been cold and my cabin fever's running high. This is my band. That's electric guitar. We're gonna shake the roof right off of my cabin. We're gonna make the neighbors talk from far and wide. A little noise complaint, we're gonna roll in the snow. It's only 20 below, and if you gotta stay over, I got room on the floor. We won't be whittling sticks or twiddling our thumbs tonight. We're having a cabin party, we're having a cabin party, we're having a cabin party, and it's gonna be tight, 'cause my cabin's really small. Oh, let's get it started. This cabin party, yeah. The winter's been cold and my cabin fever's running high. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you help me out. We're having a cabin party. We're having a cabin party, and it's gonna be tight. That was my fault, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new song. We're having a cabin party. We're having a cabin party. We're having a cabin party, and it's gonna be tight, 'cause my cabin's really small. Oh, let's get it started. This cabin party, yeah. The winter's been cold and my cabin fever's running high. Oh, the winter's been cold and my cabin fever's running high. Thank you. Jen and I sometimes get to work together as puppeteers with Brian Fiddler's show Tombstone, a cardboard western. Anyone seen that? That's a good one. Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna kick this second half off with a little waltz. I wrote this particularly for, actually Ryan McNally told me that before I went up to play the Commissioner's Ball last year in Dawson, he said, you're gonna wanna play a lot of waltzes, they love to waltz. So I wrote a song to Robert Service's poem Spell of the Yukon. And if anyone knows the poem, you'll have to forgive me because I took 3 of the verses, 3 out of the 9 verses that are in that poem, and high graded the poem and put them out of order. And anyway, it makes a very nice song, I think. You can tell me maybe. So here's Spell of the Yukon. There's a land where the mountains are nameless, and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and aimless, deaths that just hang by a hair. There are hardships that nobody reckons, valleys unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons, and I want to go back and I will. Oh, the summer no sweeter was ever. The sunshiny woods all athrill. The grayling a-leap in the river. The bighorn asleep on the hill. The strong life that never knows harness. The wilds where the caribou call. The freshness, the freedom, the farness. Oh God, how I'm stuck on it all. That blinds you. The white land locked tight as a drum. The cold fear that follows and finds you. The silence that bludgeons you dumb. The snows that are older than history. The woods where the weird shadows slant. The stillness, the moonlight, the mystery. I've bade them goodbye, but I can't. There's a land where the mountains are nameless, and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and aimless, deaths that just hang by a hair. There are hardships that nobody reckons, valleys unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons, and I want to go back and I will. I want to go back and I will. I want to go back and I will. Robert Service. All right, this is a little song called On the Trail, and it's the title track off my latest album, On the Trail. I don't get tired on the trail anymore. I can go on riding far beyond before. 'Cause when I'm with you, when we're toe and toe, I feel at home wherever I go. Well, it used to be that when I went out rambling, I'd not get far before my head was scrambling. But now that I've found you and your love pure and true, I'll hardly have as much demanding. Well, I don't get tired on the trail anymore. I can go real weary when I travel. All my loose ends ended up unraveled. But with you by my side, I don't need nowhere to hide. I can go on pounding down the gravel. Well, I don't get tired on the trail anymore. I can go on riding far beyond before. 'Cause when I'm with you, when we're toe and toe, I feel at home wherever I go. Well, taking in the country, it ain't easy. My wanderlust was making me feel crazy. But and my dizziness was gone, and the road is hard to having that wheezing. Well, I don't get tired on the trail anymore. I can go on riding far beyond before. 'Cause when I'm with you, when we're toe and toe, I feel at home wherever I go. Oh yes I do. I feel at home wherever I go. Oh, one more time. I feel at home wherever I go. Thank you. I'm gonna play a new tune about marriage. Actually, I think he left, but my husband and I had a music festival for our wedding called Wedstock, and we actually couldn't afford a big wedding, so we charged tickets, like festival admission to our wedding, and it was a beautiful day like this, except less clouds. It was just a bluebird day, and as soon as we finished the ceremony outside under my circus rig, of course, there was a rainbow in the clear blue sky, and I took that as a sign. When everything else went wrong, I remembered that rainbow. So I wrote this little song. It's a brand new tune, and I hope it goes well, because it's the first time I've played it in public. I'm remembering the rainbow that appeared in the clear blue sky. I'm remembering the rainbow, not a cloud for miles and miles. A sign sent down out of the clear blue. A sign sent down for me and you. On our wedding day, it all went astray. Someone stole the money, there were bills to pay. We forgot the papers and the guests came late. We lost our wedding bands, but the sky was blue and our love was true. Grandma held the baby while we said I do. Then a rainbow grew in the sky so blue as we joined our hands. I'm remembering the rainbow that appeared in the clear blue sky. I'm remembering the rainbow, not a cloud for miles and miles. A sign sent down out of the clear blue. A sign sent down for me and you. As the years go by and our love is tried, every time we argue or you make me cry, I can close my eyes and go back in time to see that colors bend. When it is hard to find and my memory is blind, love is not a fair a sign sent down for me and you. I'm remembering the rainbow that appeared in the clear blue sky. I'm remembering the rain, born not a cloud for miles and miles. A sign sent down out of the clear blue. A sign sent down for me and you. Thank you. All right. Thank you for being the first witnesses of my new work. All right, here's a little tune. I got to spend a week up in Keno City last year. Kim Beggs puts on this amazing music, art, and literary workshop. Actually, it's great that Helen O'Connor is the visual artist here this week because Helen and I had some great times up there. She was one of the artists in residence as well. And so I hadn't really spent much time in Keno. I grew up here in Whitehorse and had only really been to Keno once, like overnight. And it was great to learn a bit about Keno and meet a lot of the people who grew up there. And so I wrote this song called Old Timer. And I'll just play the song. Hey, old timer, can I buy you a beer? I'd love to hear your story and what you're doing here. Were you a gold miner through the boom and bust? Did you stick around in this old town and settle down in the dust? Settle down in the dust. At the end of the road, there's nowhere left to go. Might as well stay a while and make this your home. At the end of the day, when all the dirt has paid, the ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. Show me your hands now, twisted and numb. Is there still a callus in the saddle of your thumb? Is the river panned out, and do you still have hope? Just a little crumb to keep your life afloat. Keep your life afloat. At the end of the road, there's nowhere left to go. The ground and the land and the mountains gave you know what's going on. At the end of the day, when all the dirt has paid, the ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. This old ghost town has more life than most towns. When they closed it down, you stayed and made the best of this old ghost town. It never slowed you down. If there is gold in the ground, you'll trade it all to keep this home you found. The end of the day, when all the dirt has paid, the ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. At the end of the road, there's nowhere left to go. Land got a hold of you, and it's more than the gold. That's it, I found it. At the end of the road, there's nowhere left to go. Land got a hold of you, and it's more than the gold. At the end of the day, when all the dirt has paid, the ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. The ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. The ground and the mountains gave you more than you can weigh. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in with me for that one. All right, this is a little song about bureaucracy. On a beautiful Monday, almost time to go back to work. Do, 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 do. Are we close to 1 p.m.? What time is it? Okay, I got 2 songs. This is one of them. Bureaucracy, it's called the Bureaucratic Red Tape Rag. And oftentimes when I get to play with Grant Simpson and he's on the piano, he does this wonderful ragtime introduction and ragtime outroduction. And I've been missing Grant a lot. I don't know if any of you know Grant Simpson. And I miss playing with him and I miss having him around. So he moved away to Winnipeg last year. And he'll be back, I swear. Anyway, this is Red Tape Rag. Well, I went down to the doctor today to see if he could heal my pain, but all I could see was a pretty lady at the desk. Do you have your ID and your health care card? I don't know, just take a look, I think I broke my arm. She said, fill out the form, stand in line, take a number, honey, can't you read the sign? The bureaucratic red tape rag. Well, cross your T's and dot your I's, mind your P's and Q's and don't roll your eyes. The bureaucratic red tape rag. Well, I was on the road with my one-man band, arriving at the border of my motherland. Apparently, I didn't have official document number 9, but I had my ID and my health care card. I'm sorry, we can't let you in, our lines are drawn real hard. They said, fill out the form, stand in line, take a number, honey, can't you read the sign? The bureaucratic red tape rag. Well, cross your T's and dot your I's, mind your P's and Q's and don't roll your eyes. The bureaucratic red tape rag. Yeah, ba 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 da ba, yeah, ba 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 da ba, yeah, ba 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 da ba, yeah, ba ba da ba ba ba, yeah, ba 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 ba, yeah, ba 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 da ba, yeah, ba 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 da ba ba, yeah, ba 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 ba. Well, I like ice cream when I'm sore, so I went to the neighborhood corner store. What did I see on the wall but a 30-06 for sale? That's a gun! Didn't need my ID or my health care card. I even got some free ice cream and a bottle from the bar. Didn't have to fill out a form or stand in line. There wasn't even any paperwork to sign. The bureaucratic red tape rag. No T's to cross, no dots to I, no P's or Q's or thanks required. The bureaucratic red tape rag. The bureaucratic red tape rag. Thank you! All right, this next song, there's no kids left except... Did I lose my child? I know my sister's with him, but is he gonna come dance for this? Augie! Augie! Do you want to come dance? It's the last song. It's Musselwhite Slide. You have to show the people how the Musselwhite Slide goes. No? Usually, you gotta fight him off the stage. We were out on tour. I did a home roots tour in southern Alberta in April, and he would he would get up for this song and show you how to do the Musselwhite Slide. And it's a dance move, of course, that I made up. And it's just it's open to interpretation. It's sort of like you just act like a mountain crumbling. And so there's many ways you can interpret a mountain crumbling. Very good, Lily, exactly. She can show you. Good job. And I wrote this for the Commissioner's Ball last year because I wanted to write a dance song. And the Musselwhite Slide, if any of you don't know, is in Dawson City, and there's a mountain with a rock slide that looks like, uh-oh, is everyone okay back there? Get the clown on stage and wait for something funny to happen. And so, better him than any of you, right? Just kidding. Are you all right, sir? Good. We're a survivor. So the Musselwhite slide is this rock slide in Dawson City, and the Trondheim have called it that for ages. And there's a gathering called the Musselwhite Gathering. You can go in August. A beautiful time. And anyway, this song's about that slide. You're welcome to dance if you want to, and I won't stop you, and I'll give you $1 if you dance. Okay, I'll buy you a sandwich if you dance. Okay. Okay. Usually you would have a full band for this, so you'll have to forgive any shortcomings or unfullness. You have to forgive me. It's been a long time that the Trondheim have lived at the foot of a great mountain. And then one day the mountain gave in, and the scar that was left looked like a moose skin. Do the Musselwhite slide, 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 merci, slide, do the Musselwhite slide. Can you shimmy, can you shake it down and break it off the mountain? Take a walk on the rocky side, then let it loose and let it slide. Do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide. Well, can you shake your jelly roll? Can you limbo down low? Can you take the tumble, then rumble while you crumble? Do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide, do the Musselwhite slide. Yeah, ba 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 ba, yeah, ba 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 ba, yeah, ba 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 ba. Ready, Lily? Can you stop and drop that rock face? Can you halt and let your walls fall with grace? Can you freeze and flop down to your knees? Can you shift your cliff and knock your block off? Leave a trace right to the base. Do the Musselwhite slide, 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 do the Musselwhite slide. Thank you everyone for coming out. Thank you to Ryan McNally for doing an amazing job on the sound.